Okay guys, Mike Test Sports Online. Gonna make another quick video today because I said something about it on my post this morning, my blog post. I was making some control arms yesterday, and there's the lower control arm. There's some tubes from one of them. These have to have some notches, some odd notches. And here's the other ones. These are not. You just have to have a kind of an odd notch. You can't just chuck that up in a tube notcher and make a notch real good like that. So I have to do it over by hand. Okay, and it's to make this type of arm right here. Okay. The problem with this is I made these yesterday, and I was supposed to make 2 sets because I got 2 orders. But after I had this set in the jig, I realized, hey, these are 1 inch shorter in the orders. Both orders call for stock length. Okay, so you can't just add tube to the front. So, and the way these are done, as you can see, that bushing is stepped up from the tube. Tube doesn't just go in the middle. Okay, that's so that right here clears the aluminum cross member on a bag truck. Even with a Z frame, you can with a Z frame you can get it close to laying completely out with large enough wheels. Point being, I had 2 sets of the wide up lowers to do. I did those, but what I did was I moved 1 set of those up in the rotation to get those 2 sets like this right next to each other, because there was one in front of them and one between them that I moved so that I could do them together. Anyways, so me not paying attention to the printed sheet that I have here in the shop that clearly says stock length on it. I made all the tubes, cut all those tubes 1 inch shorter. And here's what I have to do to those tubes. First of all, I gotta make the bend. Then I gotta put it in there and mark it, and then cut a V here and cut a V there, and then shape that by hand and keep retesting it until it fits around the tube good. And then I have to cap the other end. Well, the cap on the end, and then these are the other ones. These are double bends, and that's the ones I was telling you about that I do on the bender. And I have to take this die here out and put the shorter die in here, and that's what that curved end is for, because when you're bending the tight bend or the second bend, the first bend comes all the way to right there. You see that mark right there? It's kind of hard to see, but that die comes all the way to right there. That's how close it is. I bend this to number 13 on my bender, and then the other one to 10. That's why that looks like that. And as you can see, these got that odd shaped bend too. All these are ready to go into the set that I'm working on today for Ray and for Fred. But I've got parts, other parts for them guys, either already shipped or about to ship today. Probably uppers or something like that. And I know Fred's got a cross member ordered. So anyways, I just want to show you guys the video of that and say, yeah, that put me behind, because the problem is I don't even have an order for these right now. Now, I will get an order for them. I mean, they may have to sit on the shelf for, a couple of weeks, maybe a month or more, but I'll eventually get an order for them, and I'll send them out on that order. I'm probably gonna have to put some primer on them so they don't rust, but it cost me a little bit of time not paying attention to what the sheet said. So figured I would post it in the blog, and maybe in the blog you didn't really understand what I was talking about. But yeah, there's the other pieces to make the other set. You got some more pieces somewhere that go with those, because there's supposed to be 2 more of those tubes. So yeah, so on these are the 1 inch, these are the stock length. These are 1 inch longer than these tubes here. So what I do here is I mark this at 1 inch, and that 1 inch mark sticks out the end of the bender. And that's how I do the 1 inch long. Okay. So, and then there's the back plates. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these ovens together. I would have done this video earlier today, but the power went out for a little over an hour. So, and it did it right about 20 minutes before lunch. And I was worried about the dogs because it's 105, 107 degrees outside right now. I was kind of worried about, especially one of our older dogs. So I was trying to drive into town, go to Tractor Supply and get a generator. But as we were on the way, we got about 10 minutes down the road, power came back on. So came back on to finish these. And I got about another set of uppers to build today. And then maybe tonight we go get the generator. We got one over at her old house that we need to go pick up. But we damn sure need one to at least run the air conditioner and the refrigerator in the house for the dogs. Oh, here's another tube. Here's one of the tubes I got sitting there. See, it's not completely finished. I got to bevel all this because as thick as that tube is, it needs a bevel on there so that when you're welding it, you fill that bevel first. That way your weld comes all the way to the inside of this and melts that in with it, rather than just having it sticking up against it and having a small bead of, as they say in TIG welding, stacked dimes, going around that. That wouldn't be a very strong weld, considering that's quarter thick. So that's the way I do that. Anyways, peace.